Hey everyone, Sacred Saiyan here, welcoming you to the second episode of the series, What If Goku was in My Hero Academia, Season 3. If you end up enjoying this video, then please consider subscribing, and make sure to like the video and comment down below if you enjoyed. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. This video begins sometime after the last one ended. Goku has been hunting down All For One, trying to find anything that could lead him to the villain, but so far, he's come up short. There was news reports of random disappearances in cities, clothes being the only thing left behind, but when he checked out those sites, he got no clues. Maybe it was All For One, but that isn't usually the way he does things. Other than that, Goku has been facing some of the villains who escaped when the prison was destroyed, the most notable of which being Muscular, but Goku defeated him with a single punch. There hasn't been any more Nomus going about, since All For One is saving them for something. Due to the prison escape and the threat of All For One, the #1 American hero Stars and Stripes has been sent to Japan in order to help the Japanese heroes against a looming threat, and once All For One discovers this, he is both terrified but excited at the same time. Stars and Stripes could either ruin his plans, or he can obtain a quirk and become unstoppable. Speaking of someone stealing quirks, we head to Monoma, who is walking outside of UA. He just finished for the day and is on his way home. Monoma continues walking through the city, but he has a very odd feeling, like he's being watched. Monoma begins to start running, looking behind him and seeing nobody there. Monoma then goes round the corner into an alley, but the second he does, he is caught by the throat. Monoma begins to panic as he sees a giant bug-like creature choking him, and he tries to copy its quirk, but nothing happens. Cell begins to chuckle.
That quirk of yours is very useful. I shall take it for myself.
And Monoma screams, as Cell then stabs a student with his tail and drains his life force. All For One and Dr. Ujiko are looking over Shigaraki, discussing how they are going to deal with Stars and Stripes, and Dr. Ujiko holds a device in his hand which shows her current location. While unconscious, Shigaraki overhears their conversation, and he then wakes up, breaking out of his restraints as he appears in front of Dr. Ujiko and snatches the device from his hand, then teleporting away. Dr. Ujiko begins to panic, but All For One just laughs. It seems like Tomura wants her quirk for himself, but if Tomura gets her quirk, in turn, so does he. But since they now have the operating table open, he believes it's time he gets some of Goku's cells in his main body. In the middle of the ocean, Stars and Stripes stands on top of a jet as her and her group of pilots head towards Japan, but they stop to a halt as Shigaraki appears in front of them. Stars and Stripes ask if he is All For One, but Shigaraki remains silent, and Stars and Stripes says very well, then using her quirk to gain super strength as she goes to punch Shigaraki across the face, but he doesn't even move. Shigaraki is about to grab her arm, but she then says New Order, using her quirk to make any damage done to her go onto her opponent twice as hard, Shigaraki stopping his hand before he touches her, and she then jumps back onto one of the jets. Stars and Stripes then shouts New Order, saying that their jets can shoot lasers, as they all then fire at Shigaraki, with Shigaraki outstretching his hand and shooting a giant burst of flames which counter the lasers from the jets. So Stars and Stripes then creates a new order once again, saying that the lasers from the jets are twice as powerful, which makes them overpower Shigaraki's flames, and he is forced to dodge. Stars and Stripes thinks to herself that without his name, she can't do any meaningful damage, but just as she thinks this, Cell appears behind her, placing the palm of his hand on her back, and he whispers into her ear,
His name is Tomura Shigaraki.
Before then disappearing again. Stars and Stripes turns around in confusion, but she doesn't have time to question him. She has his name, and that's all she needs to win. Shigaraki was confused at the sight of Cell, but it doesn't matter. He needs to take her quirk fast. He expects that Goku will be there any minute. Stars and Stripes then uses New Order once again, this time saying that Tomura Shigaraki's heart will stop if he moves from his current position. Shigaraki moves anyway, his heart stopping, and Stars and Stripes calls him a fool, but Shigaraki just thinks to himself that he'll need to take her quirk and kill her in the short time he has before he dies from his heart stopping. In the city, Goku senses a commotion, and he begins to head into the direction of the battle, but Cell then catches his leg and throws him into a building. Goku flies out the building, angry, and he sees Cell, thinking he doesn't have time for this, so he's about to transform into Super Saiyan to deal with Cell quickly, but Cell says,
New Order. Goku can't transform.
So as Goku tries to power up, nothing happens. Cell copies Stars and Stripes' quirk, knowing if he tried to steal it there, Shigaraki would have killed him as he attempted it, so he just copied it for now, and they will use it to try kill Goku for the couple minutes he has the quirk, so Goku can't interfere with his plans in the future. Goku doesn't know what this thing did, but he stopped him from transforming somehow. He looks similar to the Extreme End Nomu, but he doesn't seem like an ordinary Nomu. Goku wants to finish this fight as fast as possible, so he uses 100% of One For All and rushes towards Cell, throwing a punch, which Cell blocks, and Cell then tries to counter with his own, but Goku blocks that, and the pair then both throw punches towards each other at the same time, and they both hit each other across the face, knocking each other back. Goku thinks to himself that this thing's certainly stronger than the Nomu he's faced as well, but while he's distracted by his thoughts, Cell creates a bubble of water around Goku's head, which begins to drown him. This nearly worked on Goku before, when All For One used it against him, so maybe it will be able to finish him off now. Goku struggles to breathe, getting flashbacks of when he fought All For One. It's happening again! He's too weak again! Someone's going to die because he isn't strong enough to save them again! Goku's vision then fades to black, and it then clears, and he is unfamiliar with his surroundings. Goku begins looking around, not being sure where he is, but Goku becomes stunned.
Izuku?
Deku smiles, saying that Goku's sure been through a lot, hasn't he? But Goku ignores this and quickly brings him into a hug, crying and saying how much he's missed him. Deku tells Goku that he never left. Once One For All is passed on, the previous users remain a part of it and watch over its current user, and Deku hasn't stopped looking over him. Goku is confused, looking over Izuku's shoulder and seeing the previous wielders of One For All. Goku doesn't understand though. Why is Izuku only talking to him now? Deku tells Goku that he simply wasn't ready to listen, but now he needs Goku to hear him, and he needs Goku to fight. Goku says that he doesn't know if he can, but Deku says he knows he can. He just needs to have hope. Goku hugs Izuku once again, saying he doesn't want him to go again, but Deku tells him not to worry. Now Goku has allowed himself to listen, Deku won't be going anywhere. Goku then blinks, and he is back in the real world. The bubble is around his head, and he is about to run out of oxygen. Goku then aims one of his hands at his head, and uses 1% of One For All to flick towards it, making the bubble of water fly away. Cell is annoyed, but Goku then appears in front of him, and uses 100% of One For All to land a Detroit Smash right on his face, sending him flying into the ground. Cell coughs out blood, and says,
"New order. Goku is weak to electricity."
Goku then begins flying towards Cell, and Cell shoots a bolt of lightning at him, which Goku tries to smack away, but once it connects, Goku is hurt immensely, and begins falling out of the air. Cell then flying towards them to attack once again, but Deku tells Goku to do it now! So he begins to power up a Kamehameha, and he quickly turns to fire it towards Cell. Cell quickly saying,
"New order. I am durable against energy-based attacks."
Cell's time limit for copying New Order then runs out. Cell hoping Goku won't realise, but Deku tells Goku that Goku's energy seems to have shifted. He should try transforming again. Goku attempts it, becoming a Super Saiyan, and he blitzes towards Cell. But just before he hits him, Cell quickly teleports away. Goku is annoyed, but he remembers he needs to go help whoever is fighting Shigaraki. So he flies towards that direction, and in mere moments, he arrives at the scene, where he sees Stars and Stripes die, but her sacrifice wasn't in vain. When Shigaraki tried to steal her quirk, she used it one last time to destroy all the quirks Shigaraki possessed, meaning not only did he not get her quirk, but he began to lose his others. The only ones remaining being his teleportation, decay, and quirk stealing, since a conscious All For One inside of him protected as many useful quirks as he could from the vestiges of the hero. Goku attempts to reach Shigaraki in anger at seeing him kill Stars and Stripes, but just like Cell, he teleports away just before he gets to him. Goku is aggravated. What is it with these guys having teleportation? Goku reverts to his base form, wishing he got there sooner, but Deku tells him not to beat himself up about it. There's nothing he could have done, and Goku then flies back to the city, landing on a rooftop to look over it once again. This time feeling less alone, since he knows he will always have Izuku with him. But with that, we are going to end off this part. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to subscribe, like, and comment to help me in the algorithm. Huge shout out to the channel members, appreciate you guys so much. But yeah, other than that, I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.
Hey everyone, it's me Goku. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to my friend Sacred Saiyan on YouTube. Thank you all for watching.